Dorit Kemsley has controversial theory on Sutton's finances. To say that Dorit Kemsley and Sutton Strack haven't really gotten along throughout season 14 of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills would be a major understatement, especially after Sutton's money-related dig. However, on the March 25 episode of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills after show, Dorit made a bold financial statement of her own. While chatting with Bozoma St. John in the above after-show clip, Dorit complained that she was tired of Sutton employing every kind of deflection possible, including everything from her insane reactions to conflict to her storming out, and not showing up in the supersized RHOB Season 14 final. As Dorit bluntly put it, "Bitch, if you can dish it, you better F-King be able to take it." And she certainly gave it to her. When Boz questioned why nobody else seemed to be tired of Sutton's antics, Dorit replied, "I'm going to say something very, very controversial before dropping a bombshell. Sutton, she wants to buy her friendships." Dorit claims that Sutton paid for Garcelle Beauvais' friendship. Case in point, Garcelle Beauvais did not like Sutton at all when they joined the group, according to Dorit. Even so, Sutton was not having it and still wanted Garcelle's affection. So when Garcelle invited her to a fundraiser, Sutton allegedly bought a $25,000 table just to get in her good graces, Dorit claimed. And then Garcelle was at Sutton's for New Year's Eve not too long after. And they became friends, she added. "I think Sutton counts on her wallet to get what she wants, rather than using her heart." Boz joked that Sutton didn't spend enough on the Street Lucia cast trip to earn herself a free pass, then, prompting Dorit to respond, "When she has to, she will." Where Dorit and Sutton's friendship stands today. During an episode 16 confrontation aboard the yacht in Street Lucia, Dorit asked Sutton if she wanted to move forward in their friendship, to which the latter responded, "No, I'm good right now. I want to be on ice with you." Though Sutton later said in the RHOB Season 14 final that if she could change anything from this year, it would definitely be better handling her friendship with Dorit, her episode-ending update card revealed that their relationship remains on ice. What Dorit and Sutton hope to achieve at the RHOB's reunion. Still, the two will have another opportunity to make peace at the three-part RHOBA Season 14 reunion, which kicks off on Tuesday, April 1. Ahead of the cast sit-down, both Dorit and Sutton set some intentions elsewhere on the RHOBH after show. For Sutton, her hope was to come to a place of calm with Dorit. "I don't want an apology. I'm not going to give an apology," she explained. "But I need for her to just stop coming at me. I don't need her to be my friend. But I don't think it's healthy for the group to have this constant beating up of someone. You don't have to like me, just stop beating up on me." Meanwhile, Dorit, for her part, insisted that she wasn't activated, nor did she want to tear someone's eyeballs out. "I do want honesty," she elaborated. "I think for real resolve, there has to be honesty, there has to be an acknowledgement that there are two sets of rules at times, there's some hypocrisy, and I think there are things that need to be put on the table." Dorit Kemsley has a controversial theory on Sutton Strack's finances. The air was thick with tension as the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills cast cruised through another season of chaos, drama, and jaw-dropping revelations. Among the myriad of explosive interactions, one feud seemed to stand out above the rest: the battle between Dorit Kemsley and Sutton Strack. What started as an innocent moment of disagreement on Season 14 escalated into a full-blown war of words, with each woman staking her claim, holding firm to her beliefs, and perhaps unknowingly cracking open an unexpected Pandora's box. But nothing could have prepared fans for Dorit's game-changing theory on Sutton's finances. It was on the March 25 after show of The Real Housewives of Beverly Hills that Dorit Kemsley would drop a bombshell that would rock the group. Sitting down with Bozoma St. John, the conversation quickly turned to Sutton and her ongoing tumultuous relationship with the group. Dorit, who had had her fair share of heated exchanges with Sutton throughout the season, couldn't hold back any longer. The tension in her voice was palpable, her frustration evident, as she began to lay out her feelings about Sutton's behavior, or rather, her method of securing friendships. "I'm tired of it," Dorit exclaimed, rolling her eyes. "The deflections, the storming out, the insane reactions to conflict. I mean, come on. If you can dish it, you better be able to take it. And Sutton? She can't take it. Not at all." It was at that moment, when Bozoma St. John pressed her on why no one else seemed to mind Sutton's antics as much, that Dorit decided to drop the controversial theory. "I'm going to say something very, very controversial," she warned, and then she struck. "Sutton, she wants to buy her friendships," Dorit said, her words hanging heavy in the air. Boz was taken aback, but Dorit wasn't done yet. She continued, digging deeper into what she believed was the root cause of Sutton's behavior. "I think she counts on her wallet to get what she wants, rather than using her heart," Dorit claimed, accusing Sutton of manipulating her way into people's lives with monetary gestures. But it wasn't just a theory thrown out in passing. Dorit had an example to back up her claim. "Take Garcelle, for example," Dorit continued, her voice taking on an air of certainty. "When Garcelle and Sutton first met, Garcelle didn't like her. Not at all, but Sutton didn't care. She was going to win Garcelle over, and she did it with money." The story Dorit told was shocking, painting a picture of someone willing to spend exorbitant amounts just to get into the good graces of others. According to Dorit, Sutton bought a $25,000 table at one of Garcelle's fundraisers, an attempt to secure a place in her life and show that she was willing to invest in their relationship. And to Dorit, this was telling. And then, not too long after, Dorit added, Garcelle was at Sutton's for New Year's Eve. They became friends. So yeah, I think she's just trying to buy people's affection. Boz chimed in, half joking, so Sutton didn't spend enough on the Street Lucia trip to get a free pass. Dorit, in her usual unfiltered style, shot back with a laugh. When she has to, she will. Where Dorit and Sutton's friendship stands today, as the dust settled on Dorit's shocking remarks, one could only wonder what the aftermath would be like for her already fragile relationship with Sutton. The two had been at odds for much of season 14, with Sutton making no effort to disguise her distaste for Dorit's over-the-top personality, and Dorit constantly questioning Sutton's emotional maturity and motives. Their confrontation on the yacht during the Street Lucia trip had been nothing short of explosive, as Dorit tried to broker peace by asking Sutton if she wanted to move forward in their friendship. Sutton, with no hesitation, shot back, "No, I'm good right now. I want to be on ice with you." It was a harsh blow to Dorit, who had been hoping for some kind of reconciliation. As the episode drew to a close, Sutton's update card flashed across the screen, reading, "Relationship with Dorit remains on ice." The cold, unforgiving words felt final. But despite the frosty silence that had settled between them, both women still had the chance to hash things out at the upcoming reunion, and their hopes for that confrontation were made clear in the RHOBH after show. For Sutton, her goal was simple: to achieve a place of calm with Dorit. She made it clear that she wasn't looking for an apology and had no intentions of offering one herself. Instead, Sutton expressed a desire for Dorit to stop coming at her, to stop the constant beating up that she had endured throughout the season. "I don't need her to be my friend," Sutton explained, "but I don't think it's healthy for the group to have this constant conflict. You don't have to like me, just stop beating up on me." Dorit, on the other hand, wasn't backing down either. While she claimed that she wasn't activated and didn't want to tear someone's eyeballs out, she had her own agenda. "I do want honesty," she said firmly. "There has to be real resolve, and for that to happen, there has to be honesty. We need to acknowledge that sometimes there are two sets of rules, and there's some hypocrisy at play." Dorit's words made it clear. She wasn't going to let Sutton's actions slide without addressing them. The reunion, it seemed, was going to be a battle for the ages. The financial implications of friendship. Dorit's theory about Sutton's approach to friendship, using her wealth to manipulate relationships, wasn't just a personal observation. It also raised broader questions about the dynamics of wealth and power on the Real Housewives of Beverly Hills. If Sutton really was relying on her money to secure affection and alliances, how much of her persona was genuine? And more importantly, how did that fit into the larger narrative of the show, which often teetered on the edge of reality and performance?